All right. Wait. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I was recording the window or whatnot. Thought I was recording the whole screen for a second. Actually, am I? No, I'm not. All right, good. Just double checking. For whatever reason, it started like different. But yeah, in the previous parts, we went through basically the entire Abyssal base up to the point where we needed Audrey's DNA in order to pass through the barrier for Audrey or whatnot, because obviously, that involves confrontation with Audrey, which is likely, well, I know it's going to end up in a boss battle. I'm looking at our team right now, but yeah, it's actually somewhat loud, but yeah, I mean, so basically this is kind of like the climax battle or whatnot, because obviously with Yaren, basically the sort of climax battle for him was ultimately he summoned Rayquaza and we needed to, and obviously he had the intact crystal by that point. So ultimately we needed to destroy her, or else he would simply use Rayquaza to like rule over the region. Obviously we had a skirmish, what I would consider skirmish with Audrey earlier when she summoned Lugia and ultimately was using that. And then obviously that was still a boss battle. In fact, much more boss battle with the legendary at that. However, that wasn't necessarily the climax because that wasn't the final step of her plan. That was actually the first step of her plan, acquire Lugia. So, but now that we're reaching the final steps of her plan, which multiple like cult members have been saying, just sort of like I'm not even sure what but yeah, basically because this obviously is the climax for this because it's the final steps as opposed to her capturing Lugia, which was the first steps. Like I said, still a boss battle, but not ultimately the climax. This is the climax, however. Obviously we need to address his, well, not even address, we just straight up have her DNA or whatnot from like a jacket she left out. So we just straight up are her, presumably at this point. So in fact, if we talk to cult members, every single cult member has an alternate every single cult member scientist has an alternate dialogue for when you're dressed up as Audrey. It's like, how is the experiment going, miss? And also this is the what's funny is we also learned that this cultist we're looking at right now, this abyssal cultist, was the one who delivered the shard of the crystal to Audrey. In that Audrey has an Alakazam, which is using the crystal shard in order to make these barriers or whatnot. And that's actually very funny. So it shows that Audrey at least knows or is able to apply the crystal like Yaren was or whatnot. And we know Rukra knows because he straight up says, like, I think I know what this is. If this is what I think it is, it's like my lucky day or something. But yeah, looking at my team, I guess I trained all the way level 57. Cleaver's actually level 58 because it leveled up. It was already like halfway there, and I was training it. And also, I swapped Demix out with Manbat because Demix really can't do anything this battle. So when I was training Manbat up and I need to switch out against Pokemon that countered it, I'd switch into Cleaver and it grew to level 58 in the process. So, like, we can see the levels or whatnot for these Pokemon. So, they're all just freshly leveled up. So, I didn't bother train all the way up to level 58. I've been saying that Audrey is level 56 to 59. So, it's not the biggest deal that I'm not level 58. If I lose this battle, likely I'll train up to level 59. But I mean, I don't think I'll lose this battle or whatnot. Like, I remember I beat her in the previous battle trying to use Live Wire on Spicy Ice, which turned out to be not the greatest move. So now I'm correcting by that for leaning off, or I'm correcting for that by leaning off with Sandman and not dealing with that. So I beat Audrey fighting inefficiently. So I presume I can beat her now fighting efficiently, and also, or efficiently, not efficiently. But yeah, like we said, or just kind of wrapping all, yeah, like the main climax of the game with Augur, or with Augur Yaren, ultimately, Revelation, he's the leader of this guy called grabs, or he actually summons Rayquaza and is ultimately able to use not only Mega Evolve it, but also use the shard, or the crystal, in order to buff its power. So that was the first climax of the game, us destroying the crystal, it falling into three separate hands. One being Yaren himself, other Rukra. Third, this abyssal cultist right here, who eventually brought it up to Audrey or whatnot, or it eventually made its way up to Audrey. we had, and that was the first, what I would consider main cult boss battle in the game. Well, besides, I guess, Tane. But yeah, that was the boss battle. And then now we're reaching the second climax of the game where we're confronting Audrey when she's about to complete the final plans of the Abyssal Call or whatnot. Obviously, like we said, we've had a confrontation with her before. In fact, another boss battle with her before regarding to her summoning Lugia and using that. However, that was simply the first step. That wasn't the climax. This is ultimately the second climax of the game. And granted, this is my first time making it here. Like I said, in the first runner playthrough, I only made it till right before the 4th gym. So, I mean, I've only made it past one climax in my first runner playthrough. Because like we said, this game has multiple climaxes or whatnot. It's not like sort of a linear progression. It's more like, what would you call it? Like parabolic? No, parabolic? No, that's actually a parabolic charge. But it's more like fluctuates. And then this is the main second climax of the game. So ultimately, just getting that out of the way, kind of explaining it better than I did initially. We can save and then walk through here because we're ultimately gonna. What's up there? Oh, we can literally see Audrey up there. That's actually pretty funny. I wonder. I doubt there's items here. There's like a pool of water there. I ultimately doubt we're gonna be able to, or I guess. I wonder how she'll react to us being the same or whatnot. But yeah, Audrey's actually right there. So presumably once we go up these stairs, oh, Jesus Christ, something on the way to the screen. Yeah, once we go up these stairs, we're going to have our interaction. So let's just see what this confrontation goes like. Okay, yeah, there's Audrey. Oh, dang, we break those. Wait, that's Kyogre right there. She's got Kyogre in that orb. Hold on a second. Because we knew she had the blue orb, but we didn't know whether she already summoned Kyogre. But we can literally see it right there. I mean, it's literally right there. But because at first I noticed, like, we broke our character. We broke our disguise as Audrey. That would have been pretty funny. Where she pretty interesting. Later, she turns around and is like, I have no clue how that's even possible. Because presumably they don't know about the mystical as being able to transform your appearance if you have the DNA of the one you're transforming as and whatnot. But yeah, now there's another sort of elephant in the room where it's like, because that was just an interesting interaction. But right now, we're literally looking at Kyogre. We didn't know if she had it yet. So she is presumably Lugia and Kyogre at this point. Unless she, needed to sacrifice Lugia as someone Kyogre. But yeah, because we knew she had the blue orb, but we didn't know she had Kyogre. So ultimately, is Kyogre gonna go primal here? I mean, we know she has both the blue orb and Kyogre. So presumably that's what her plan is. That's what she's gonna do. So, I mean, that ultimately makes sense. So I guess we'll just have to see where this goes. Really, this is the second climax of the game. So ultimately, whatever happens, we're gonna have to beat her here. So, did you know that 97% of the ocean is unexplored? Why are you starting off with a monologue? I mean, first off, okay, so there's lots of problems with what she just said here. 97%, we don't even know if that's true. Second off, what counts as explored versus not explored? What qualifies as exploring? This is a completely arbitrary fact. And also what counts as ocean? I mean, presumably not any body of water, just the main oceans. It covers the majority of the planet and we barely know anything about it. Well, that's actually true though, because that's not some arbitrary fact. We don't really know a lot about the ocean. We don't know a lot about anything. Well, it's not true, but we know more about this moon than the seas on Earth. Actually, it's false. What it is we know more about the surface of the moon than the ocean floors. Specifically, those deep trenches or whatnot. That the Mariana Trench, is what, the deepest trench. So it's how many? I don't even know how. It's what, a couple or a few miles down, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Probably more than that. What kind of awesome Pokemon could exist down there? Did she really just use the word awesome? This, awesome. What qualifies as awesome? Awesome Pokemon. I mean, we don't know. I mean, we literally see her have Kyogre right there, so that's one at least. That's one awesome Pokemon at least. She's just going to completely ignore Kyogre? Have you heard of the Hone Calamity? I have no clue what that is. I played ORAS, but I haven't played the original Ruby Sapphire. Is that something related to the original games? I have no clue what that is. About 30 years ago, when Kyogre was first summoned by Team... 30 years ago. That's interesting because somewhere else in the game there was the mention of 50 years ago when Archie summoned Kyogre. So ultimately to there's not really a good continuity like going on here, like regarding time in this game. But I'm willing to believe Audrey more because she's the one who literally we can literally see she has Kyogre in the blue orb and will likely have Kyogre go primal. But I mean, yeah, like so I'm willing to trust her more on this. So ultimately the time changed. It shifted from 50 years or Insurgence being 50 years in the future to only 30. So it's still pretty far in the future compared to what is it like and we know this is from the same universe as ORAS because of Mega Evolution. So 30 years in the future from Alpha Sapphire. The weather went wild. Yeah. Tons of things were raised from the depths of the ocean, like from the ocean floors or islands. Wait, no. Most of it was unimportant. Bottle shoes, maybe a few gems or pearls. I was gonna say like hopefully not islands, because like that would basically be accomplishing the goal of Team Magma. Like they're literally creating more land. Archie's like, I don't really know what I expected here. And a rare, never before seen Pokemon. What's that Pokemon? I'm looking at her party. She definitely doesn't have it. So I'm being like, wonder what it is. It's not even like a Delta species or whatnot. We just don't know. A squid that looks similar to Tentacruel, both vastly higher stats. So is it just like a better Tentacruel, or is it actually, well, I guess Tentacruel isn't squid, right? So an evolution, one that would only occur in high water pressure. Is it an evolution of Tentacruel? A Pokemon with stats that rival legendaries. So like Kyogre then. So I guess that's like, is it a pseudo legendary or just straight up legendary? And further research shows that there are hundreds more, like of the same Pokemon or different species. I mean, like, of course, this was kept hush-hush. It'd be awful if everyone knew what creatures the oceans held. Because presumably not even Archie knew about this. I mean, he was probably just like, he was more concerned with defeating Primal Kyogre, right? Like, ultimately in those games, like Alpha Sapphire. Everyone would be trying to catch these monstrosities, and with good reason. Yeah, it's like, everyone's like, okay, we just can't have all these random, like, legendaries flying around. Fortunately, it turns out these Pokemon aren't nearly as strong out of the ocean as they are in it. So is Audrey's, because we don't really know Audrey's plan here. We ultimately know, well, we know it's in its final stages or whatnot. So, but presumably we've just been assuming, it's the same plan as Archie, basically flood the world, but we don't know the reason behind it, really. I mean, if it's going to be for like all these nice Pokemon that are in the ocean, because if the entire world is just ocean, then obviously they'll be strong 24/7, as opposed to not being strong when it's out of the ocean or what. Do you know why we're after Kyogre? You're not out. I can literally see Kyogre right now. You've already got it. You know why you've succeeded in capturing Kyogre. Or let's see, I have no clue. It's incredibly powerful, and with the blue orb, it becomes one of the strongest Pokemon in the world. Because we know has the blue orb. She literally states, she's like, what better way to make people think I don't have the blue orb? Or no, so what was it? Because it was a pretty big reveal. The tour guy was like, wait, why'd you send us a fake blue orb? And she's like, what better way can I make people think that I don't have the real one? So ultimately that's like, okay, she's probably had the blue orb for years now, but was only able to get Kyogre through Lugia or whatnot, because she captured Lugia on the World Island. So the Abyssal Cult's actually like really front running right now for like the strongest, most powerful cult, because Audrey has 2 legendaries at her disposal. We don't know where Lugia went. It's no longer with her, but I mean, now she is Kyogre and the blue orb, so I think we all know where this is going, like Primal Kyogre or whatnot. But yeah, but do you know where its true talent lies? I have no idea. Please, tell me or whatnot. Like, indulge me. I don't know. Kyogre's often considered the deity of the sea, a real-life Poseidon. I mean, we've assumed that. Like, we know that. We know it floods the world or whatnot. Because if this takes place theoretically 30 years after the incidents of Alpha Sapphire and whatnot, then presumably the world, because that was a worldly event in Alpha Sapphire, it wasn't something that was restricted to home. So presumably, especially given that Audrey and I think it was the tour guide who said it was 50 years ago or whatnot, but obviously he was wrong. I'm willing to go more thought because she's the one who literally has Kyogre and the Blue Orb. So, but we know everyone knows about the incidents with Aphrodite. That's sort of the implication. So ultimately, this isn't a surprise to most people, unless like they did a really good job of covering it up. But that's not an honorary title. Yeah, it's a real title. Kyogre is the king in most literal way. What? I'm not sure how, but it has the power to control and command our creatures of the sea. That's interesting. That's real interesting, because that we didn't know that before. Like, that's not something we knew or whatnot, or at least I didn't know it. Maybe I'm out of the loop, but yeah, it's ultimately something we don't know or we're never really aware of. That's interesting. So presumably that's what she's going to do, right? Like once she floods the world, use Kyogre to command basically, well, would now be considered all the Pokemon because the world's flooded, but sure, having Kyogre would be great, but having an entire army of deep sea Pokemon, all with the strength of legendaries, we would be undefeatable. So yeah, that's ultimately, that's sort of the kicker right there. Because before, like we said, between our interactions with her, like between our initial like skirmish with her when she captured Lugia, and ultimately now that she's executing the final sort of steps of their plan, this is the kicker, that because before we just assumed, oh, it's the same plan as Archie, like flood the world, but we ultimately don't know what for. Archie was kind of a dope, so we just did it on like intuition and whatnot, but now we know Audrey's ultimate plan is to use Kyogre's sort of secondary innate effect, as opposed to just flood the world for a better world. It's flood the world, and she knows that Kyogre can communicate with deep sea Pokemon, so ultimately she's going after that. So she's almost in this, well, it makes sense, right? Because the events of Alpha Sapphire happened 30 years prior to this. This takes place 30 years after, ultimately, or whatnot. So we know that her plan is almost a progression of Archie's in this sense. It's like one step further to, okay, not only can we use Kyogre to flood the world, but also take control of that world via however it communicates through the deep sea legendaries and whatnot. And now we have Lugia on the surface, creating a storm to cover the world. Okay, so where's Lugia even? So she doesn't have Lugia right now then. I mean, because Lugia obviously was creating a storm or whatnot. So, because that wasn't ultimately Kyogre's doing. We know that. We know she used Lugia to sort of, at least, what would you say? How would you call it? To start or sort of like initiate the upcoming flood or whatnot. That wasn't Kyogre's doing. That was Lugia's doing. Unless it, what would comparatively be a lesser legendary to Kyogre, or at least in Audrey's eyes, for the purposes of flying the world. But I mean, much less if, especially if especially if Kyogre goes primal here. But I mean, yeah, that's really interesting. So this literally is like basically a progression of Archie's plan, but it's done in a really interesting way where it's like, okay, Kyogre has another effect. That's ultimately what Audrey is after, and simply flying the world is a step in that plan. With the surface flooded, my army will be stronger than ever. Because ultimately she needs Kyogre. She doesn't even need Kyogre to flood the world. She just needs Lugia to do that. But she needs Kyogre for that communication between the deep sea Pokemon. Like Kyogre slowly calling forth the first of my beasts from the ocean, even deeper than where we are. Yeah, because we're actually like, well, we were at the seafloor and cavern or whatnot, or like seafloor of the ocean or whatnot, or Maelstrom 9. So like we were at the, so ultimately like even like presumably in the oceans outside of Torrent as well, or like the land, because Torrent's an island, right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, Torrent's an island. So like, I mean, or well, no, it's not, but it is coastal. So presumably, you know, there's a lot of ocean south of Torrent, which is where those Pokemon would be coming from. One by one, beast by beast, the Abyssal Cult will grow stronger. I couldn't start until today, not until I had a power source strong enough to power both Kyogre and Lugia, which is the blue orb. Because we knew she had the blue orb, though. That's the thing. We knew she had the blue orb, but she needed Lugia. That's what she was waiting for, ultimately, so that she could get that Tidal Bell, use it to summon Lugia, to capture Lugia, and then now she was ultimately waiting on Lugia. Like, does she not have the blue orb? But now I have a shard of the very same crystal that once powered the auger. So no, it was the crystal. So she wasn't just using the crystal in order to create those barriers. It ultimately served some purpose in her plan. That's interesting. Because I was also going to talk about one thing in this game is that the cults are like the cults are almost have like a blissful ignorance of one another. Like Rukra is scheming right now, not aware that the Abyssal cult's gonna like launch their plan into action. Presumably he was the one messing with the nuclear reactor. However, even if he wasn't, he still literally said, he's like, okay, I have an appointment with the next gym leader. Presumably he wasn't aware that Audrey was gonna execute like her final plan or whatnot. Because if that was the case, he would have been like, I can't do what I want to do unless I stop Audrey. Like all the cults are almost in blissful ignorance of each other. Like I said, Rukra. And then even Yern, like he's presumably off to the location of where the first augur managed to get that crystal, which we don't know where that is. However, ultimately that could also be in danger depending on Audrey's plans. So either he wasn't aware of Audrey or somehow somehow him going to where the first augur found the crystal, like the location of where more crystals should theoretically be, isn't in danger due to Audrey's plan. Rukra is more, I don't think, like, Yern isn't really the best example. Rukra is a much better example because presumably, as to where I can say, okay, Yern's maybe safe from Audrey's plan for now, depending on the location of where those crystals are. Rukra, not the same. I mean, Rukra is presumably like in danger right now. I mean, because his plan obviously something involving the fifth gym leader. However, that's kind of irrelevant if the world's going to get flooded. So, yeah, like I said, the cults almost have a blissful ignorance for like of one another. But ultimately, now she's actually got the crystal, which ultimately landed in the hands of the grunt we saw earlier, made its way to her, who ultimately had a part in her plan. So Yern, obviously, Yern was actually worried, like, I need to get these crystal shards before they end up in the wrong hands. However, I don't think he knew specifically that, like, I think he was probably thinking, like, okay, these people, the rest of the cults probably don't know what to do with it. But it was a critical part in Audrey's plan, as we're seeing right now, that she needed that in order to execute her plan. So, because obviously we know Rukra knew what it was, but we haven't really seen what he's going to do with it yet. But ultimately, you know, like, I guess the question then is, what was Audrey's plan? Like, because she wouldn't have gotten the crystal shard unless it was broken, like by, well, not by us, by Damien, until Yern's crystal was broken and whatnot. So even if she didn't know, well, she at least knew the first augur had it, because like she said, like that once powered the augur. So she's referring to the first augur here. So she knew the first augur had the crystal. She didn't necessarily know Yern had it. So by pure luck, the crystal shard ending up in her hands allowed her to execute her plan. Presumably, she was probably looking for the same crystals or the location that Yern ultimately knows of, but she doesn't know it. But by luck, like by chance, a crystal shard managed to end up in her hand, allowed her to execute her final plans. This is really interesting. This is a progression of Archie's plan. This is essentially what it is, but it's done in such an interesting way where it doesn't feel like boring. It doesn't feel like, oh, gonna flood the world for clout like Archie did. It's actually a progression, and it's done in such an interesting way where we reveal so much more that Kyogre can communicate with these deep sea creatures, that Lugia can flood the world like Kyogre while Kyogre does it. And then ultimately, you know, she can use that crystal in order to create barriers with Alakazam, but it ultimately also serves a part in her plan. This is so good. I'm wasting so much time talking about it, but this is so good. Okay, ignoring this. Okay, I'm going to ignore this right now because I was about to say, like, sort of my final, well, I will get into this, but my final wrap-up was that ultimately, you know, this is just ultimate. Where was I going? Oh, yeah, that basically, you know, everything's managed to fall into place. Like, this is the second climax of the game. Yern, we had to stop him then and there. Audrey, we need to stop here and now. So I think this conversation is taking a very interesting turn. I've lost everything in pursuit of this goal. Yeah, that conversation did like a complete 180. My life, my child, and more. What? But Audrey, you okay? We don't. This is new information here. My life, my child, and more. Because obviously, you know, she needed to be dedicated towards this goal or whatnot. But like, that took a complete 180. This is completely new information. That obviously the life that's like expected or whatnot. I mean, where it's like, ultimately, like, okay, yeah, she kind of needed to give up her life in order to pursue this goal. Her child, I mean, like, did the child physically die? I mean, like, what happened with that? I mean, what she had a child? We this is completely new information. Like, because I swear to God, every single character like in this game is having like family issues. Like we know Damien's like basically raised by like foster parents or whatnot. Like ultimately like never knew his real parents or whatnot. Like it's like his being raised by somehow two step parents. I mean, what is it? Like, yeah, literally two step parents. Nor like she had like family members who died. Like maybe that's wait. Is anyone we know related to Audrey? Because like Nora, we knew someone close to her, like a relative of hers, died. So if Audrey's literally saying her child died or whatnot, is Nora somehow this is okay? This game really we need to progress because like that took a complete 180. This is like this is completely new information. So you've come to stop me. Was she like talking the whole? No, she realized we were there. She was literally talking to us. I mean, so is I guess her child is someone we know, like either Nora or Damien, ultimately like part of that? Because like we said, Nora ultimately we know a relative close to her died. So ultimately, could she somehow be related to Audrey? And then also like Damien was literally raised by his foster parents. He had two step parents. You know, we don't know at this point. This is really interesting. I'll take care of you now before the first creature rises. You won't stand a chance. That's so interesting. That's like a bombshell revelation that ultimately, like, basically the tragedy is ultimately Audrey needed to give up everything in pursuit of this goal. And obviously, her life is the obvious part, but her child, like, ultimately, is the child dead? Like, likely, that's what's implying. So, and then ultimately, you know, is Nora or Damien somehow related to that? Are we related to that? We don't know. This is really interesting because, like we said, we know Nora ultimately, a relative close to her died. Was that ultimately her child? Like Damien, like we said, we knew he was raised by what? He was raised by his foster parents, so, right? Literally two step parents. So ultimately, is he part of that? We don't know. That's so interesting. Okay, battle time. Hold on, let me raise the because God, that's interesting. That's such an interest because that's like a little comment, but that's ultimately like you can put a lot of thought into that. Okay, hold on. Let's wait till the good part of the theme comes. Or hold on. Let's. Oh my God, this theme is so good. I have no clue how many more times we battle her in this game because obviously we need to beat her now. Like obviously we beat her now, and then after that, we kind of think about what happens after that. At least Audrey's not getting tetanus now from like walking barefoot, because as opposed to walking barefoot around the cavern floor, walking barefoot in her base, like it's probably like rugged or carpeted all over, right? That's something you can do. Okay, hold on, that's extra pretty loud. Okay, this is where it looks like sending in a Sandman versus Delta Muck, because ultimately, because before, what is it? In my previous battle with her, I led with Spicy Ice to try and set up Live Wire, but that ultimately didn't do anything. So I'm just going to straight up lead with Sandman and Earthquake. Okay, you Scald. I should be able to tank it though, because I have a lot of HP and special defense. Yeah, that only did half. So Earthquake hopefully kills it here. I mean, oh my God. Hold on, can I tank another? Can I tank another? It's going to be close. I don't know if I can tank another. Here's the thing though. I think I need to risk it. Like, hope it does minimum damage and then I tank another. Please, 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 please. Oh my God, 2 HP. Sandman's a champ. That was close. But yeah, Lantern out of the way. Yeah, now I can just use Sandman as fodder because that was the only Pokemon Sandman was useful against. So let's see what she sends in. So, Ludicolo. Do I outspeed this thing? Because if so, I can get a gunk shot off and I may be able to kill it. I have no clue. Okay, no. Oh, she might have screwed up there. Well, I guess Rain Dance. Will that kill Ludicolo? Oh, it's close. Is she going to use a potion? Is she gonna, presumably she's gonna use a potion here, right? I'm willing to just use another gunk shot. Yeah, she used a forest door here. Please hit. If not, that's kind of a troll. Like misses on, oh my God, seriously missed the second one. 4 and 5 chance to hit, misses the second one. That's unfortunate because I'm looking. It has swift, so it's gonna outspeed me and kill me. But I mean, unfortunately, like Sandman was only useful against Lantern, so like I'm gonna use him as Death Fodder. So for a good safe switching, I'm actually this Ludicolo was switched to outspeed Crobat. It may outspeed Crobat, I think. If so, that Ice Beam is gonna deal a decent amount. I think I need to bank on Crobat surviving though, because Crobat can one shot it. So it's actually super effective. Like Acrobatics should kill it, but I mean, I don't know whether it outspeeds Crobat here. It does. It didn't use Ice Beam. It used high. That one it didn't even need to use Ice Beam there. It could have just one-shot me. Oh my God. Am I going to lose? Because here's the thing. If Sandman landed that gunk shot, theoretically it'd die due to Life Orb damage by now. I mean, what do I use against that? I think it outspeeds all my Pokemon. Yeah, the rest of mine. Hold on, let me think about, I'm looking at the rest of her team, what I need. Okay, Jackbox, I don't need, it doesn't have a move that's super effective. You know, I'm using Jackbox. I know I can two-shot it. I'm not sure it can two-shot me though. I guess, I don't know. Definitely not using Seed Bomb, but it's a special attacker actually. Should I use Will-O-Wisp or not? I'm gonna use, or I meant to say I'm definitely not using Flame Charge. Let's use Seed Bomb here. It missed. Nice. So she's just about as lucky as me in this battle. Oh my God, that did nothing. Here's the thing though. Okay, rain stopped. That's interesting. Here's the thing though. If he uses an attack and move on me, Seed Bomb plus Life Orb damage should kill it. It still outspeeds me. Okay. So let's see how much life. This Seed Bomb should kill it, I'm pretty sure. Please kill it. Nice. That's why I'm like, Life Orb damage plus Seed Bomb should kill it. Like, I'm still hung up on Audrey's child. That's like such an interesting revelation that like I never really expected. I mean, like I'm still hung up on that. Like, because her life is like, so, like obviously she might have needed to give up her life to pursue this. Oh, no, that's kind of obvious at this point. Okay, Alexander's probably gonna kill me, but I mean, like her child. That's so interesting. Like we ultimately, like, who is like? I'm saying there's a possibility somehow Nora Damien could be involved in the mix. That's okay. Back to that. I don't want to waste that time. Okay, so I guess I know a Seed Bomb won't deal well. First off, it has a Focus Sash, but I'm willing to get Will-O-Wisp off because I don't think I can kill it with any moves. Like, and I know neither Seed Bomb nor Flame Charge will really do any damage. Maybe here's the thing. I'm gonna Flame Charge here because if I survive an attack from it, I think it outspeeds me here definitely. So if I survive an attack, maybe I'll be able to outspeed it on the next turn. Side Shock. Let's see how much damage. Here's the issue though. Oh my God, I was gonna say because Side Shock targets defense, but ultimately, like Jackbox is really defensive. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use Demon to take care of this. I mean, she's really the only one that can on my team. So yeah, obviously I gotta go with the Mega Evolve. There we go. Yeah, I'm willing to use Shadow Ball here. I'm not sure I want to use Shadow Sneak. I think I outspeed it, but hold on. Let's look at the stats of Alakazam. How specially defensive? Because that's gonna make the difference here. Oh my God, the computer's okay. There we go. Let's okay, no. For a second, I thought it crashed right there. Let's see. I want to look at its stats before I use a move. Because, oh my God, really? Why is? Okay, that's such a pain in the ass. You know what? Okay, there we go. Just, I don't know why Bulbapedia like runs ads. Okay, it has like no. Well, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it actually has like double special defense or double the special defense. So yeah, we're gonna use Shadow Sneak here actually. Even though it does less damage and Demon's a special attacker, in case it does outspeed me, it kind of subverts that problem. And I think the low defense on Alakazam ultimately offsets that. So Shadow Sneak. Yes. Oh my god. That's gotta be like 1 HP. I mean, come on. Oh, so that the crit didn't matter here. So I'm looking at its move. I was gonna say I'm looking at its moveset and it has Shadow Ball. Okay, is she gonna use a Force Door here? Okay, she is, but that doesn't matter because I'm still gonna use Shadow Sneak. So there's no way this Alakazam can kill me. Like assuming I got it. Unless that crit did like, okay, so this is how much it would have done now. Yeah, I'm using Shadow Sneak here again. So yeah, I killed this Alakazam here. It doesn't have a priority. So this was the same Alakazam as the same Alakazam that was creating the barriers. That's funny. I don't remember what Pokemon she had earlier. Was it a Jinx? No, I don't think it was. That was someone else. I don't know. Jinx isn't even water type. That's what, ice psychic? What does she have? Superior. Okay, this is her it has Drizzle. Oh god, that's unfortunate. Because this is her Delta Superior or whatnot. It's actually part Dragon, so let's use Dragon Pulse here. Thankfully it doesn't have systems, so I should still outspeed it. Yeah, Dragon Pulse to deal as much damage as we can. Okay, nice. That's still the crit there may have mattered. I'm being 100% honest. I think the crit may have mattered there, but I mean, that's a lot of XP. Yeah, the crit there may have mattered, being 100% honest. I'm not sure I could have killed that without. Primal Kyogre, oh my god. That's what I was saying. Like, she's got the blue orb, she's got Kyogre. Is Kyogre going to go Primal? And it is. We have to battle it too. Hold on, wait. Okay, so now Rain upgrade to Heavy Rain. That's, oh my god. In the easy mode, she doesn't even have Primal Kyogre, but she has it in the normal mode. She just doesn't have Delta Superior. But I mean, ignoring that, like, it's pure water, so we can't really touch this thing. I mean, I can't even use Fire type moves. Don't know why I would. Hold on, let me look at Primal Kyogre. Well, okay, wrong. Let me look at Primal Kyogre's stats and whatnot. So, I don't think it matters what move I use. You'll probably tank it. Oh yeah. It actually doesn't have that much defense. Being 100% honest, it doesn't have that much defense. So I'm gonna use Shadow Snake here. Not gonna do that much still. Oh my god. It's spam. Is it really spamming Calm Mind? Special attack, special defense. It only has special moves too. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep Shadow Sneak here. Hold on, I don't even think that's useful. I'm gonna use a Revive here. I think, yeah, I should just gear up to take on this Primal Kyogre. So, why am I all the way in the key items pocket? Let's see. Since those are all the Pokeballs I got from Sonata tracks or whatnot. So yeah, I also bought Hyper Pulse Revives. That wasn't actually something to showcase. So I'm thinking I revive Jackbox here. Jackbox may be able to do something. Like, it may be able to survive an attack. I can also like use Will-O-Wisp. So I'll use a Hyper Potion if somehow it uses another Calm Mind or whatnot. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, now I'm gonna use the Hyper Potion. I mean, because I know Demon can't do anything against it, right? So I guess the issue is whether it outspeeds my Pokemon. So that's kind of an issue there. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. That's ultimately an issue. I guess, I don't know, but like I know at the very least Demon can't do anything. So, and I guess I can't use X Speed 3 on anything not in battle. So I can't really do anything regarding that. So let's restore him. Now Jackbox is fully restored. This is actually kind of concerning. I think I screwed up here. I think I lost. I think I lost there. I mean, it's got 3 Calm Minds. If that's 2.5 special attack and special defense. But I mean, I think I lost here being honest. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I lost here. Just being honest. Like, I'm taking this time to revive my whole team, but I mean, because I know Demon can't do anything. I was banking on it killing me at some point. I think I may have screwed up here. This Primordial Sea. No, because I think it's constantly active if the Pokemon's in or whatnot, or the Pokemon with abilities in. So yeah, let's use Hyper. Oh my God, this is yeah. I mean, uh, I think she just lost because the what? Yeah, because the Calm Mind it doesn't transfer unless you use Baton Pass. So she lost all her stat boosts while I just revived my whole team. I think she just lost there. I mean, I was actually worrying. I'm like, what can I do against a Primal Kyogre with 4 times boosted special attack and special defense? I was thinking, okay, I'll pray that Cleaver lands a cross chop. Because ultimately that sort of took out the idea of using Spicy Ice or Jackbox. Because one, it'll outspeed Jackbox and one-shot it. 2, Spicy Ice is a special attacker. And 2.5 to 3 times special defense is no joke. And I was thinking I need to use Cleaver and Man-Bat to outspeed and land pretty devastating physical blows in order to kill. But I mean, I think she just lost there. Because she lost all her, not only did she lose all her stat books, but she lost the heavy rain too. The AI just lost. That's all I can really say there. I mean, this Crawdon is War Dark. So let's use Dragon Pulse. Oh my God, because I forgot Primal was different from Mega. Oh my God, she is both Primal and Mega. That's insane. But yeah, I mean, I think she just lost. I think she just lost. Like I think the AI lost. I think Audrey lost. I think the AI screwed up there. Like, oh my God, Demon Crit Master. He got like 3 crits in a row. This is the lucky run. Okay, and that I assume that'll kill me, right? I'm on low enough. Yeah, that's why I'm like lost there. So who should I send in right now, right? I think she just lost. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna send in a Jackbox. Yeah, let's use Jackbox to deal with this. Yeah. Well, what is it? Water Dark. Does it have a move that can kill Jackbox? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Should we use Spicy Ice? Because I looked at Primal Kyogre's special defense. I'm not sure Spicy Ice can really be of any use. I guess will it outspeed Spicy Ice is the question. Hold on. Do I send in Man-Bat here? I think an Acrobatics will kill it. Yeah, I think I try and outspeed it and kill it with Acrobatics. I think an Acrobatics will kill it on my HP. I'm going to heal all my Pokemon. But she's not going to heal this turn, right? Like, she's not going to heal. Because if she wouldn't heal up, she would have done it last time. It outspeeds me. Please don't kill. Outspeeds me. Oh my God. So it outspeeds all my Pokemon. So now I need to use the Pokemon that can survive it. So, because yeah, Crobat's my fastest Pokemon. So I think I use Jackbox here because I mean it's super effective. It knows superpower, so that'll kill both Cleaver and Spicy Ice. Like super effective. But Jackbox, like here, oh my God, Jackbox is coming in this battle. Look at Jackbox's defense. 124. I'm hoping that's enough. It has a decent amount of HP, second most HP on my team. I'm hoping that's enough to survive whatever attack it has. I mean, I literally think if I can kill this thing, I think she just lost. Like, okay, I'm gonna use C-Bomb because that should kill it on this because it's War Dark, yeah. So please survive. Really? Oh my God, that killed me. It did that much damage. I think I lost here. I mean, I think I lose here. Like, I think I lost. Is that gonna really one-shot every single one of my Pokemon? Like, I don't think any if Jackbox died, I don't think anyone could survive a knockoff. I'm that really one-shot it. I think I lose here. I mean, I thought I got a big break by Kyogre switch now, but I'm not sure any member of my team could survive a knockoff. If it's gonna I was thinking Jackbox is the highest chance of survival. Here's what I think, okay? I'm gonna bring back Sandman. Well, I guess no, because even so, Aqua Jet's super effective. I don't think I can win. It outspeeds all my Pokemon and knockoff one shots. I lose here. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like, is no Cleaver's not fast. I don't. I think I lose here. Like, is that it really outspeeds all my Pokemon in one shots Jackbox with that. I mean, yeah, like that. I lose here. I mean, I really do lose here. Like, I don't have. I have. Okay, so I lose here. Like, I mean, I don't have any Pokemon that can survive a knockoff. I mean, just being honest, like, I don't have nobody on my team can survive a knockoff. Then I guess it has normal attack now, but I don't have any like max survives or anything. It really, I find that ridiculous. Like, really, every poke. Because here's the issue here. It's going to use superpower. I needed to use the revive last turn. That was partially my fault. But I mean, hold on. I need to see if Jackbox, because I'll go into Jackbox and use a hyper potion. Really? Why did it provide? Well, I assume it can kill me. Like, so really, hold on. I'm gonna use a hyper potion on Jackbox here. Really? That really one shot. I mean, I was thinking at least he'll survive in like yellow. I wasn't thinking much less red, much less one shot. I'm gonna use a hyper potion. I want to see if he would survive. I mean, I can't believe that he died to that. I can't believe. Let me look at Megacaudon stats. Let me look at Megacaudon stats. Okay, Megacaudon stats. It only has 80 speed. It has adaptability. What does that do? It increases stab moves. Right, okay, that's why. But I mean, like, it doesn't have that much stats. Its speed's only 80. And that's Megacron. I don't know. I mean, like, I want to see if it would survive another. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think any of my Pokemon. Okay, I survive it though, because it deals less. But here's the thing: it dealt less damage because that's actually pretty funny. It dealt less damage because of its item was already knocked off. Like, I can look and see its item isn't there. I don't know. I mean, I have a plan here. It's a stupid plan, but it's a plan. No, I lose here because I still need to deal with that Kyogre. I mean, I need to go into, no, I need to go into Cleaver and bait it into using another superpower so that I can lower its attack even more. I lose here. I mean, like, I can't win this battle. The Megacaudon, much less the Kyogre, because I was thinking about how I was going to deal with the Kyogre, but that wasn't the issue. Like, knockoff actually one-shots every single one of my Pokemon on full HP. That's an issue. Like, I mean, it did get it's off, though. Yeah, because here's the thing. I need to bait it into using superpower to lower its attack even more. Because, yeah, it's okay. This is my last. Yeah, I lose here. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I lose here. I don't have. Yeah, I lose here. Like, yeah, like I lose here. I actually lose here because I have nothing to deal with. I literally just use my last revive. I lose here. I mean, really, like I just, I find that unbelievable. Like, am I? Can it actually? I'm gonna try and battle her one more time. Maybe I get lucky. I don't know. Does it really one shot every single one of my Pokemon? I mean, that's an issue. Like, if that's the case, if it outspeeds every single one of my I don't understand. It only has 80 speed. Like, I don't understand. Like, as a Mega Evolved Pokemon, I don't understand how it outspeeds with one Dragon Dance. It's enough to outspeed my entire team. Okay, he may have. Well, I mean, he definitely did, or she did. Like the Crawdon. Well, okay, yeah, the Crawdon's female actually. Yeah, I think I can definitely survive. Like, I can survive a knockoff here from full HP. So like, okay, at least I only lost. I mean, I does does it one outspeed every single one of my Pokemon? Two, knockoff really kill every single one of my Pokemon? What moves is it? I lose here. I mean, none of it can't tank a special attack from Kyogre. This is also my oh my god, this is my last type of motion. Okay, I'm gonna watch this HP deplete from a primal Kyogre attack. Can I potentially win this if she just spams? Hold on. Use Seed Bomb. Is the AI broken? I mean, because I'm looking at Kyogre's moveset. It has Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, Thunder, and Calm Mind. It's only used Calm Mind. If it doesn't use a move and kill Jackbox now, I kill it. Bomb will literally kill it in another hit. If she uses another Calm Mind, I win the battle because I one-shot it here with the Seed Bomb. What? That's got to be like put in there, right? There's no way that like she's got to purposefully only use Calm Mind on Kyogre. Like there's no way that's an accident. Like there's no way that's an accident. We saw her use it 4 times when I was in with a Demon or whatnot, and I was able to revive my whole team. And it used it when it could have easily one-shot Jackbox because he has no special defense. I'm gonna take the W here. I mean, I really shouldn't have won that. Between the Crawdon outspeeding every single one of my Pokemon, being able to one-shot every single one of my Pokemon, much less the actual Primal Kyogre, which didn't do anything. I really shouldn't have won that battle there. I mean, the AI, literally, like half of the battles I've won in this game have been the AI losing. Like, the AI like throwing the battle or whatnot. Like, I mean, there's no way that's an accident though, right? Like that has to be programmed in there that the Kyogre will only use Calm Mind. I refuse to believe anything else. I mean, I refuse to believe anything else. Guess I win. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I was 100% expecting to lose there. Like, I mean, okay, let's see what let's see what she has to say. She's gonna be like, how? Not bad. So there's still more to her plan then, right? She's like, just because you beat me, it doesn't necessarily mean how embarrassing. I can't believe I lost to you. Kyogre's still in its orb. I mean, like she took it out to fight me and then immediately put it back in. I mean, is she gonna be like, just because you beat me, it doesn't mean I'll concede, like, doesn't mean I'll stop the rain or whatnot. That's literally what she said in the World Island. She's like, just because you beat me doesn't mean I'm going to release Lugia. And now it's like, just because you beat me doesn't mean I'm going to stop my plans. Like, it doesn't matter, though. She's literally going to say that. I can see the water stirring already. My army will soon rise. Are they all going to funnel through this one, like, hole in the ground? Like, I mean, that's pretty limited. I mean, like, and then, what on earth was that? This is, what does she mean, what on earth was that? Like, she's literally got Kyogre right there. She's got the pool right there. I mean, she's literally flooding the entire world. And what does she mean, like, what on earth was that? What magnitude of event would have to happen for her to be like, what on earth was that? And what? And then that's someone else. Why is the color like that? What the hell is going on? What is that color? Who's speaking? Who's talking? Because I was like, is this going to pull the Archie route where it's like, oh, this is way more than we expected. The Earth's going to die. But no, she wasn't surprised about that because I'm like, ultimately, like, there's no way there was like a magnitude, like, earth-shaking event that would surprise her. She's got Kyogre right there. She's got her little pool ready for her army to rise through. But, like, it ultimately wasn't. It was whoever. What is that text? Who's speaking? Why is it, like, no, bruh, oh, like, oh my God. What? Wait, what? That's Damien. At first I thought it was Mauled, but look at the hair. What? Is this why? What? That's not Mauled. That's Damien. Look at his hair. Look at his shirt. That's Damien. What is going on this game? What? Because if you remember from what? Like, if you remember from the Sonata Hills when we were in the hospital with Rukra and he injected freaking Mauled, which is Harmony's father, with Pokérus, and he turned into like a human Pokemon hybrid. And then Damien got kidnapped by that. And then, what is it? Harmony was literally like, oh, go to the next gym and warn, like, freaking Anastasia. Completely ignored Damien and the half-human, half-Deoxys Mauled. But this isn't Mauled. That's literally Damien. Look at his hair. Look at his shirt. That's Damien. That's not Mauled. Like, what? So the Deoxys, this is why I've said we should search for Damien. Because the Deoxys kidnapped Damien, and then freaking Harmony and Nora were like, okay, we got this all under control, right? We'll find Mauled, half human, half Pokemon hybrid, like, fix him. We'll find Damien. We'll fix Mauled. But that's literally Damien right there. Damien got infected by Mauled. Nora and Harmony absolutely failed. Like, they failed in finding Damien before he got reverted, and they failed in finding Mauled. That's literally Damien. Look at him. Look at the hair. Look at the shirt. That's literally Damien. That's not Mauled. What's even going on at this point? This isn't something I could have predicted. That's Damien. Oh my. What? How is this even related at this point? Like, I mean, this is beyond me at this point. Like, oh my God, this Damien. Oh my God, really? Like, that's actually Damien. Freaking Nora and Harmony. Why did they? We really wanted to go search for Damien, but they're like, no, go to the next gym. And now look at Damien. They not only did they not find Damien, but Damien got infected as well, and Mauld's presumably still out there. How did Damien get here? What's he even gonna do? What's he gonna do? Your Alex Dam fainted. The berries are gone. Okay, thanks for answering that, Damien. That's not what we're wondering about here. That's not what I'm wondering about. I'm wondering about, like, I don't even care about the text at this point. Damien, like, dog, what are you doing? How can Damien speak while Maul couldn't? Because Maul just freaking, like, teleported out of there, like, not saying a single word. But that's Damien, like, who are you? Wait a second. Aren't you that man from Sonata Hills, the leader's father? But that's Damien, though, right? Look at the hair and shirt. That's Audrey speaking right now, right? No way. I mean, no way. Was Rukra, like, playing 4D chess here? Because before the battle, I was talking about, okay, all the cults are seemingly blissfully ignorant of, like, each other's activities. And I was talking about, like, okay, Rukra was going to go confront the 5th gym leader or something. but he can't do that given Audrey's plan. He seemingly had no like knowledge or way to even deal with what Audrey was doing. And I'll say like how the second augur Yaren, it didn't seem like he knew what Audrey's doing, but it was likely that ultimately, you know, the place that holds the crystals was maybe safe from this eventual flood or whatnot. But ultimately, that's not insured. So it's seeming like Yaren had no idea what was going on. But this is the question. Did Rukra know about Audrey's plans in purposefully created this human Pokemon hybrid to go deal with it? Because, I mean, that allows him to conduct his own plans while we, the protagonist, and this monstrosity deal with, no way, this freaking, we thought Audrey was playing 4D chess with, like, the layers regarding the tour guide in the, with the tour guide in the museum or whatnot. But Rukra is playing 4D chess here, because presumably he created this on an accident, right? But now it may be purposeful so that he could have us and this thing deal with Audrey. Oh my God, this game's great. I guess your treatment didn't go well. But that's Damien though, right? Like, look at his hair and shirt. Is that really not Damien? Maybe it's the father. Maybe it actually is. Maybe they were wearing the same clothes. You couldn't be more wrong. I feel better than ever. That's because this text signifies, you know, like it's not human, right? Like ultimately he's evolved or whatnot. Like he doesn't have the standard human text or whatnot. Everyone uses either red or blue text in this game, but this guy doesn't apply to him because he's not human anymore. I've been improved, empowered. So that actually is Mauled. Like at first I thought that was Damien due to his hair and his clothes, but ultimately they were just wearing the same clothes, right? So, oh my God, there's no way this is happening. Audrey's like, what? This was the last thing, not just Audrey, but I also expected. This was like the last thing I expected. I'm like, they'll probably deal with that off camera. But no, this guy escaped their grasp. Where'd Damien go then? Because this guy had Damien, like he kidnapped Damien. So where's Damien? I don't even know what's going on at this point. And I want the world to join me. Who? Like, what's he gonna do? That's the only question at this point. What is this guy gonna do? I extend to you the same offer, Audrey. What offer? Forget this ocean army. Join me. Join you in what? Who is this guy? All I ask in return is that crystal. The crystal shard that Audrey had to use to power her Alakazam or whatnot. I mean, so this guy presumably gained like I don't even know, like all the knowledge in the world, like given he's like, I have evolved, like I am perfection. I know of your plan. I know of the crystal shard. I want, like, presumably this guy gained a ton of knowledge as well as obviously his physical deformity. Granted that also his physical deformity that corrects for his like illness or ailments or whatnot. But all you ask is, are you insane? You want me to release the only thing keeping Kyogre in check? Okay, so that's an interesting revelation. So, because obviously, you know, she had the blue orb or whatnot, right? But that doesn't necessarily control Kyogre, as we saw with Archie. He used the blue orb, and that was ultimately, you know, Kyogre just went wild after that. Archie didn't have any control over it. However, that's interesting. So she needed the crystal in order to control Kyogre. That's real interesting. Because the reveal was that, you know, she needed the crystal. It was a key part of her plan, but we didn't know what for. Because obviously, you know, just that's kind of aesthetic purposes, right? Just using it for her Alakazam. But ultimately, she needs it to keep Kyogre in check. Presumably, it's what's keeping Kyogre in that bubble or orb or whatnot. But that's interesting because we didn't know that prior to the battle. But I don't know how you got down here, but you better turn your weird tentacle-covered tail around and leave now. He's like, oh my God. I wouldn't, like, if I was confronted by like a human Pokemon hybrid, I wouldn't be like making too many demands. Because unless Audrey's team is fully healed at this point, but still, I mean, okay, please don't tell me like we're gonna have to deal with this guy or whatnot. I mean, like, so Rukra really is playing 4D chess here. Like, I mean, I think Rukra really, but where's Damien though? Like, that's the question. Like, because this guy kidnapped Damien, but now he's here, and where's Damien? That's the next question. It wasn't me that wanted you to join. What are you on about? So it was Rukra. So does Rukra still somehow have control over this? Because ultimately, it was presumed that, Rukra created it on accident and then it went out of control or whatnot. That was like feral. But maybe if Rukra created it on purpose, he just faked that and somehow has control over it. I want to help heal the world. You want to rule it. Our goals differ. You would not be of help to me. What? Having Pokérust is the most illuminating experience. Things are revealed. You remember things that were suppressed. What are you getting at? I have no clue. I don't know what he's saying either. So he's presumably not under control by Rukra then. Because if he was, then it'd be like, you don't want to join me, you want to join Rukra or whatnot. But he's like saying, oh, you won't be of any use to me. But he's gonna be like, but because he's like, Pokérust is the best thing that happened to me. Because but here's the thing, we know this only affects people who were at the Delta incident in Hoenn during the events of Alpha Sapphire. So it's a really extremely small pool. Let's just see where he's getting at, because it's beyond me. For example, the memory of a mother who abandoned her child. So because that was something Audrey literally just revealed to us, and this guy knows it. This guy presumably has knowledge of everything. We just have to assume this guy knows everything. If he knows Audrey's plan, if he knows, if this guy knows sort of Audrey's plan, she knows. What was the other thing earlier? Because this guy knew about the crystal, knew about Audrey's plan, and now he's revealing he knows a much more personal detail about it. So he just knows everything at this point. I don't think there's anything he doesn't know. Of being raised by someone else because his mother chose a Pokemon over him. Pokemon being Kyogre, there's no way, because here's the thing though. We met Nora's parents in the, which city was it? I think it was Mechi Town. We met her parents in Mechi Town. We knew Nora lost a relative, but we knew she still had her parents. If this guy knows everything and what he's saying is true, that narrows it down. That excludes Nora. Because ultimately, like we said, we didn't know what her child was ultimately, she said she lost her child. We just assumed it was dead or whatnot, and that somehow, okay, maybe Nora or Damien even potentially could be related to that, because we knew Nora lost a relative close to her. But we literally met her parents in Mechi Town. They actually didn't reveal anything about any sort of dead relative or whatnot, but we know that Nora was raised by her parents. She had her parents. Damien, on the other hand, that not the same deal. He was raised by foster parents. He had 2 step parents. Is Damien is Damien the son of Audrey? That's the question here. Because that was a lot of these are 2 critical points, because that was a really odd sort of, what would you call it? That was an odd revelation, or that was an odd reveal. That was not even odd. That was a very interesting reveal right before the battle, that Audrey's I've lost everything in pursuit of this goal. My life, obviously, because, her life's new dedication is this. But then she's her child. Now we knew her child didn't die. It was her child is ultimately being raised by someone else. Is that Damien? I think that's the question. Because where is Damien even? Because we know he was kidnapped by this guy, and we don't know where he is now. Even after remembering all that, Damien still wanted you healed. That's basically confirmation. He's literally, that literally is confirmation right there, because he was referring to that child as Damien. Wow, that was this is actually I'm speechless now, because that's 2 instances. Her revealing that she lost her child ultimately in pursuit of this goal, and this guy clarifying that her losing her child didn't mean her child died, but ultimately that he was being raised by someone else, and that Damien is in fact her child. Oh my God. No, because here's the thing though. Earlier in the game, like Nora hit on Damien's insecurities that like his step parents didn't ultimately want like him to go out on an adventure, or him to like sort of like they didn't even really want to raise him, to be honest. So like, I mean, like we've been saying, like, because we knew he was being raised by his step parents since the beginning of the game. So that's ultimately like that was probably just going to be used as like sort of backstory for his character. That ultimately he's just basically, because I thought it was very surface level in the sense that, okay, the step parents are there to signify ultimately a barrier, a limitation, an insecurity, in that they were sort of overprotective, overbearing, not wanting him to go out, and that Nora would be hitting on those insecurities. And I thought it was just that. But no, now we know that Audrey is actually Damien's real mother. Wow. Like, actually, though, oh my, like, but here's what, because that's just that, okay? But he's still saying Damien still wanted you healed. Healed from what? We don't know. Healed from what? This guy's like, I don't even know. This is like way above me at this point. Wow. Audrey's really Damien's mother. That's, and Damien knows too. He still said Damien wanted you healed. He's literally like, Damien, you mean, because no, there's you can't fake me out at this point. I mean, they have this, oh my god, Damien is white hair too. It's I mean, because I remember this guy looking, I thought this was Damien at first because he had the same hair and shirt, but no, but Damien is the exact same hair color as this guy and Audrey. Oh my god. You can't try and convince me otherwise at this point. That's right. No way. I mean, this game, oh my god, this game. God, these are moments where I wish I had a face cam. This game, oh my god. So Damien was infected because we knew he was kidnapped by this guy. At first, I thought this guy was Damien because he had the same hair and clothes, but that was just a pure coincidence. Like, I mean, and then we were asking, like, okay, now that this is Maud, where's Damien gone? Because Maud's kidnapped Damien, but Damien's here too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now we know Damien's Audrey's son. Because like I said, at first I thought that was very surface level regarding his step-parents, where it's like, oh, that's an insecurity he has. And it's going to be no more than that. But no, oh my god. Oh, this game's above me at this point. I mean, oh my god. Oh my, Damien, you're all grown up now. Bruh, shut up, Maud. Because I'm more worried, like, Damien's literally infected at this point. We're literally just going to stand there and watch this play out. I mean, like, we're going to stand there and watch this play out. So Damien's got infected. Freaking Nora and Harmony are the biggest idiots on earth. We literally wanted to go look for Damien along with them. But they're like, oh no, you got to warn Anastasia. I assume Rukra has no control over this, like, right? Rukra has no control. Like, I'm saying Rukra has zero control over these. Like, well, now it's multiple, but ultimately, I think, at first I thought Rukra was playing some 4D chess and somehow has control over Maud. But now that Damien was revealed to be infected, I don't think that's the case. I think it just happened to be that, like, this happened or whatnot. Or it just so happened that it was accidental and he has no control over them, but ultimately they were able to infiltrate the Abyssal called base and like confront Audrey. Oh my god, this is insane. This is actually insane. This is the second climax of the game, not disappointing right now. Oh my god, that's insane. I've gone through like 5 pieces of text in the past 20 minutes. You're like him, you're one of them. What happened to you? Because yeah, now this is Audrey speaking, right? Like, yeah, because ultimately Damien and Maud both have that purple text to signify that they've been infected or whatnot with Pokerus. See, I left you. This is all my fault. Oh, because, yeah, at first I thought that was Damien, because Damien also has red text. Well, no, Nora has red text. Damien has blue text. But yeah, freaking, this is all Nora and Harmony's fault. If we looked along with them, we probably could have found Damien and Maud and then fixed them as opposed to this. Listen, I don't even blame this on Audrey. I blame this on Nora and Harmony. They're freaking biggest idiots around. Because first, Nora hitting on Damien's insecurities. Second, her and Harmony. This is all Nora. Like literally, this is entirely Nora and Harmony's fault here for like sending us to go to Anastasia as opposed to looking for Damien. You can make it up to him. Okay, this is Maud speaking now because Damien would be like speaking in first person. This is what he wants. What? Why do they even want? Like they haven't said why they want the short, just that they want it. Like maybe I presume at this point Damien's under control by Maud, or that there's some sort of hive mind that the Pokerus like draws from or whatnot. I don't even know. Like man, this is beyond me. Jesus, my throat's getting dry. Oh my god. The crystal, like this is beyond the crystal at this point. Like the crystal really doesn't matter now. I mean, like, just give them the crystal. Is the crystal the cure to this? That's the question. I don't think they want the cure though. Like, 100% honest. The crystal really doesn't matter anymore. It's likely not a cure. One thing. Two, you know, because this dude wanted it before Damien even showed up, right? So, like, the crystal definitely isn't a cure. Maud ultimately wants to use it, which I don't think Maud's under control by Rukra at this point. I think Rukra just purely by coincidence and accident created this, and that it somehow coincidentally and accidentally, well, not even, I think he coincidentally and accidentally created Maud, which then went to go on and interfere with Audrey and Damien. Like, see, but why would you want that? There's no way the crystal actually heals them because Maud, like we said, Maud wanted it before Damien even showed up. So there's no way that's the case. The crystal is a power source for Pokemon, and we're just as much Pokemon as human now. There's no way it heals them. Like ultimately, giving it to them that would just like screw it up even more. She's not giving it. Take it, Damien. But he didn't even finish. I thought he was gonna finish his sentence, but no, he's like. We're just as much Pokemon as human. Okay, go take it. Like, dog. I mean, like, there's no way the crystal heals them. And if anything, it'll make them worse. Like, just throwing it out there. I mean, by powering up Pokemon, you're powering up the wrong part of the equation. You're powering up the Pokerus, not the person. What? No, that's okay. So presumably he took it, right? Like that's the only thing keeping Kyogre in check. That was a 200 IQ play, Maud. If Kyogre, no, get back, don't move. Okay, listen, if I were Audrey, I just head out at this point. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head out, like dive through the open water. Like, we gotta get out of here, dog. Between two human Pokemon hybrids and Kyogre, the situation's not like we gotta side with Audrey at this point. I mean, Audrey and I are the only humans in this room. Like, we gotta head out at this point. I mean, like the tides have quickly turned against us from just us battling to, okay, yeah, we got to get out of here. Like, what was the plan here? Please, that's Audrey. Wait, hold on. What was the plan here for Maud and Damien? Like, because they obviously need the crystal for themselves, but if Kyogre's just going to rampage and potentially kill everyone, like Audrey's speaking now, right? Like what's Kyogre going to do? I think that's the question, because either you know, it goes primal if it still has the blue orb from the battle. And then ultimately the events of Alpha Sapphire replicate now. So, but that wouldn't go with Maud or Damien's plan. So the question is what Kyogre does here. Like, what exactly is Kyogre going to do? Like, Audrey's actually pleading with Kyogre. Like, so presumably Kyogre doesn't have the blue orb and that Audrey has it, which would make sense why Kyogre's after Audrey. But like, what was the plan here? What I don't, because obviously Maud and Damien got the crystal, right? But they needed, the only reason they would do that was ultimately if they knew Kyogre wouldn't just go full rage. Because even if because Kyogre clearly doesn't have its blue orb, or else it would have gone primal. And it makes sense why it'd be like after Audrey right now, because Audrey likely has the blue orb and Kyogre needs that to go primal. But I mean, what the hell just happened? What just happened? At first I was like, oh, Audrey's literally diving into water to escape. But no, Kyogre apparently just threw her in there. Like, presumably she has the blue orb, and that's why Kyogre took her or whatnot. Good. But I mean, is that not a concern for Maud? Because, like, ultimately, yeah, he has the crystal, but then freaking Kyogre's on the loose. And also, That's Damien speaking? Like literally that's Damien speaking. Because that's not the ping text. I'm the human Pokemon disgusting hybrid in front of us. That's not speaking. That's Damien speaking. Because that's blue text, which is Damien's text. You did the right thing, Damien. I freaking Rukra. There's no like this has to be an accident on Rukra's part. And like somehow this is gonna play a part into the story. Like everyone thought you were going to snap. No, that was Nora. That was freaking Nora. Nora is such an idiot. God, Nora's the worst. Like Nora's such an idiot. She's freaking the one who caused this. Her and Harmony. This is ultimately Nora and Harmony's fault. Like, no, yeah, this is all Nora and Harmony's fault. If we literally would have stayed and helped look for Damien, we would have found him, and none of this would have happened. Like, freaking Ruka didn't even confront the gym leader. Like, that literally was a non-concern. The concern was the Abyssal Cult. But you're going to help me heal the world. You'll be a hero, Damien. Everyone will look up to you, not down. Because but here's the issue here. Like, because we know Pokérus only affects people who were at the Delta incident in Hoenn 30 years ago. Like, the sort of Delta incident during the events of, like, Alpha Sapphire or whatnot. So, like, somehow, like, this is, whatever, this Pokérus isn't going to affect normal. Well, I guess, wait, maybe not, because Damien, wait, hold on, I'm an idiot. Damien wasn't there. They don't even need to replicate that. They can just turn everyone into human Pokemon hybrids with, like, Pokérus. So they don't even need, I thought they needed, the whole thing was that, oh, the reason why Rukra chose Mauled was because he was at the Delta incident 30 years ago during the events of Alpha Sapphire, and that it would only work on him. But, or maybe he needed him as a host, but maybe Mauled can spread it to others, and that's ultimately sort of what he gains from, because likely Damien can't probably spread it. Maybe it's only Mauled who can spread it. And that's ultimately the explanation, sort of, okay, why Rukra tested on Mauled, because Mauled has now become the host for it at this point, and that he's the one who can spread it, given he was at the Delta incident. If he finds someone else who's at the Delta incident and spreads it to them, they'll likely gain the same powers. So I think it's ultimately, okay, if you were at the Delta incident, or some sort of Delta Gamma event involving Deoxys, or something along those lines, you gain the ability to spread it. If not, it can still be spread to you, like is the case with Damien here. But ultimately that you yourself can't spread. Oh my God, this is amazing. Let's go, we have people to help. Where are we? What? So Kyogre got in the end. We just freaking teleported to Harmony's house. Because, yeah, this is Harmony's house in Sonata City. Yeah, we teleported all the way back to Sonata City. What? Freaking, where's Audrey? She's not dead, right? I don't know. Is she dead? I don't really. Freaking Harmony, shut your ass up. Like, freaking Harmony and Nora really dropped the ball on this one. Like, literally. If we would have just helped search for Damien like I wanted to, none of this would have happened. Freaking, like, I swear to God. I'm on bad terms with everyone except Damien. Like, I'm on bad terms with everyone except Damien in this game. I mean, Audrey, like, not even Audrey. Like, freaking Harmony and Nora really dropped the ball on that one. I mean, between Nora for freaking calling out Damien's biggest insecurities, and freaking Harmony, like, saying, oh, don't look for Damien. Go to the next gym. Like, freaking these, I'm bad terms with these. You're like, don't even speak to me. That's horrifying. It's appropriate, but still. Don't even freaking speak to me. That's seriously incredible. You actually beat a cult leader, disband or cult. Are we missing the bigger picture here? That Damien is Audrey's son, and that Mauled and Damien are half Pokemon, half human hybrids. You're the first person since the first Augur to pull that off. I've beaten 2 cult leaders. Thank you very much. And a cult admin, Tane. Don't forget him. I heard about your friend. This is an issue. She's taking it lightly. She's taking it lightly. She was the one who freaking suggests we go ignore Damien, go freaking ass stage. Like, God. Like, don't even speak to me. Whatever's affecting Maul is affecting him too. They promise will find a way to help him. The issue is whether these 2 are going to spread it to the entire region. Like, this is a big issue here. Like, just as big as Yarn, him summoning Rayquaza using the crystal, just as big as even Audrey using Kyogre to presumably flood the world. This is big. I've been doing some research into the Pokérus virus. I'll tell Nora about him. We'll work on finding a solution together. Don't even freaking love. I don't even want to see those 2 again this whole game. I know you're worried about him. The decisions he's making, they aren't his. It's the virus talking. Because we literally saw him. He was like, for a moment, he broke through. He was like, mom or whatnot. Because that was the blue text or what. Don't do anything rash, okay? I'll leave you here. I have a gym to run. And from what I hear, you have one to visit. Anastasia should be right for you and Kepler. I don't care about freaking Anastasia at this point in the game. Freaking, if you want to see my father or your friend again. Freaking, what? How many layers to this are there? Why are we teleporting around the whole region? Who is this? One down. The mistress will be. Who's speaking? I don't. There's like 10 different layers to this. I mean, come on. The shards will return. How many villains are they gonna? They literally just introduced freaking. Not just 2 new villains. They introduced 2 new villain groups. Mauled and Damien, who are presumably going to spread Pokérust to the entire region, and then whoever this guy is a part of. Oh my god, this guy with the freaking crystal shards. Is this the first augur? I'm betting this is the first augur. I don't even care at this point. Like, this isn't the Infernal Cult either. Like, we saw him at the beginning of the game. I'm bet this is the first augur. 100% saying this is the first augur. Calling it right here, right now. This is the first augur. Saying it. Earth. It's almost time to come back to the mirror. I have no clue. Please put me back in my shoes. Okay, thank God. Like, get me out of here. Like, I'm freaking bad terms with everyone. Screw Nora, screw Harmony. Like, get those 2 out of my face. Is Audrey actually dead, though? Like, that's the question. Did she actually get clapped? Because we didn't see her physically die. It's not like East where you saw him turn to an orc. Audrey just got taken by Kyogre. So if Kyogre's out there, presumably Audrey's with Kyogre. I don't even know at this point. I mean, they just introduced like 2 new villain groups like through like freaking I'm okay. I'm soloing the entire region at this point. Nora, Harmony, like bad terms, like not my allies anymore. Like freaking they're the reason behind this mess. We're just gonna freaking go ham on the whole region at this point. I mean, I don't care at this point. Like they're like utter trash. Like I don't even know. Oh my god. Oh, the second climax did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. Oh my god. I finished the battle at around 50 minutes. I need to go 40 minutes over in order to include all that freaking plot. Oh my god. Is Audrey actually, like, no way Audrey's actually dead, right? Because here's no way's Audrey. Because here's the thing, no way Audrey's actually dead. I'm calling it right now. She's not actually dead. Because we knew East died because we literally saw him turn into the freaking Jade Orb. Like, Audrey, that wasn't the case. We just saw her get taken by Kyogre into that hole. Presumably, I'm saying Audrey still. I don't even. Oh my god, where's the freaking Pokemon Center? I need to swap out Crobat for Demix. I mean, oh my god, like, this is, I've lost my voice. This was, oh my god, this is the best episode. This was even better than the initial reveal, freaking Yarn. Like, oh my god. So, 2 new villain groups, okay? One of them being the Mauled Damien team of half-human Pokemon hybrids, presumably wanting to spread Pokérust to the whole region. The other being whoever the hell that guy was. I'm literally throwing it out right now. He's the first augur. I don't care. I bet my soul he's the first augur. Like, throwing that out there entirely. I bet he's the first augur. 100% first augur. No, he's the first augur. Completely dropping my theory about the first augur being the secret leader of the Inferno Cult. Whoever the hell that guy was, betting he's the first augur. And then it doesn't seem like they're connected, or I guess they could be, because presumably he assumed he got I don't know. I guess it's all connected. I don't even know what's going on at this point. This is beyond us. Like, complete. So are the cults really not going to be the main villains this game? Are we basically going to all unite against this new Mauled Damien, whoever the hell that guy was, presumably the first augur, unforeseen threat? I don't know at this point. I mean, this is beyond us. Like, actually beyond us. Okay, why did I don't know why the order changed or whatnot, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like, oh my god, that was insane. I went freaking 40 minutes over, but thank god I beat Audrey in the first attempt. Oh my god, that was insane. That was insane. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end it here. There's nothing else I got to do. That's actually insane. Oh my God. I'll go in the next part. We'll be presumably prepping to fight Anastasia, taking on her gym. I don't really care about that. I've lost interest in the gyms this game. That's a lot to take. So, yep. Guess that's it for this part. We'll see in the next one. Oh shoot! No. Never mind. Okay, now we'll see.